Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? Kevin here coming back at you with another video. Today we're going to be doing a diagnostic video. This bike right here won't start. Oh, no engine. Alright, well thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I will talk to you guys later. I'm out! Alright, so we're back on the 1987 Kawasaki KE100, and you might notice now it has an engine on it and an expansion chamber. Yes, the expansion chamber. Due to high volume of requests to finish this thing off, this exhaust expansion chamber, because I made it up to part 2, so there was a part 1 and a part 2 on this right here that my brother helped me out with, and I needed a bike to mock it up, and that was built on the KDE90, and I built that bike for something else, so now I had nothing to finish mocking it up with, so I had to throw an engine that I had kicking around. This is a points ignition engine, an older one. Actually is right around the same year, from 1987. So I put this one on the frame, and this is the engine that's actually going to stay on here, and then we're going to finish off this exhaust this week. So little update video, and this engine right here I do believe is actually a good running engine. It was mostly complete, so I have the parts and pieces to finish it all off. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to finish this bike off and get this all up and running. It's got a carb. Check the carb is clean. Piston and cylinder are good. It's literally just one of my spare motors that I had. So this is going to be a running bike, and that is a number not matching, but it's close. So this will be good for this bike. And that motor right there had, it was like 1900 miles I had written down on it, 1900, and this bike right here is at 1800. So that's so close, I'm not even going to complain about that. So be able to have one that close. The original engine for this bike I actually still have, and it's a good motor. So there's that. And I want to show you guys a first look. This is what my scrap guy brought over. This bike right here, 125 cc's. It's been dumped, crashed, and everything else happened to it, so it's got a shifting problem with it. I noticed that right when we tried to move it. What can I tell you about the bike? It's missing everything, guys, and everything is broken on it. So this whole front piece of there is busted off. The what do you call it there? The light fixtures are good except for one, and the headlight. You see how it's all smashed out of it. There's the side right here is broken. This is the side that took the hit, and also the front forks are bent. So see if we can put it like that, and you can see how they come straight here, and then right there they bend almost straight down on the side. So it needs forks. It needs a lot of work. So we're going to be using this bike. What do you call it there? Trying to figure out what it's going to need to put it back together. And it looks like a lot of parts and pieces. There are no keys to it, no title. So like I say, he dropped it off. It doesn't turn over, so I think the engine is hydro locked with oil from being upside down or fuel, one or the other. So there's a whole bunch of stuff with this bike. This bike is in rough shape. So what I did want to do is I wanted to pull out the spark plug real quick and take a look and see if it is hydro locked with oil. Okay. Nope. I don't know why it's seized up. That's kind of weird. Okay, because when I push on the kickstart, no, I just felt it move. It just doesn't like moving. So something's going on with it. I don't know if there's any oil. I don't know what the case was with this. Oh my god. Yeah, there's so much going on with this bike, it's not even funny. That was in an angle. The end of it's broken off. Oh man, every little aspect of this bike has a problem. This bike was totally abused. Totally abused. We're gonna have to pull this engine off and go through it. So that's really where it comes down to, is the engine's gonna have to come off. We're gonna have to go through it. This thing is just a wash. So hopefully we can revive it, get the motor used for something, and we'll go from there. But for the most part, this thing is just the parts machine. So, back on a real bike. Okay, so that's my plan for this. I am going to finish off the case on this, put it all together, and we're going to make a runner out of this bike. And I do have a nice exhaust system for this bike. Now, my plans for this bike, which I said earlier, I'm going to put this bike back to original after we get done doing the exhaust system. We're only using the bike right now for the build the exhaust, but then we're going to be doing all kinds of diagnostics, testing, and showing you guys, just like I told you before on this bike when it was parked out back. That was my plans for this bike. So we're going to put it together and we're going to get this thing rolling for you guys, and you'll be able to see it in its use. And then down bottom here, these two bolts right here were stripped out, and I drilled them out to a 3/8, and you can see the nut in the back there. There's one there and one there. I put the two nuts, this here right there, and there's one there. I bolted it all the way through. That's how I fixed those. I just drilled all the way through the 3/8 and put a 3/8 heavy duty bolt on it. I use a grade 5 or a grade 8. In this case I'm using grade 5, and which is plenty strong enough. And then it goes all the way through, and then you nut it with a lock washer on the back, and that ain't going anywhere. So now the bike is able to stay up on its own. There is a lot of work to do to this bike, but we have a donor bike. So we have a donor bike right here, and this is the bike that we're going to be pulling the shocks off, the front end off, and I cut the frame right here to show you guys how that lock went in. We got that done because this bike right here is going to scrap, and I'm down to a few bikes now, thank God. This is what I'm down to for parts bikes. That one I just showed you, I've got this one and that one, and both of these bikes right here I am projected to get rid of. So there's a lot of parts and pieces. I'm going to strip them down and then get rid of the carcasses. Thank God that's it. That's the last of them. And then we're moving on to more stuff. I could actually put that motor on this frame for this four-wheeler and make this thing run. It only had a 100cc, so that'll be 125cc. That'd be a sweet machine right there. So we'll talk about that one later on, and when we'll get into the videos on that. So we got plenty of yeah, that bolt right onto that. That's an option. And of course, one other thing, speaking about exhaust. Now I'm not trying to exhaust this video or make you guys watch my videos and go, oh, I'm so exhausted. But I got one more project with an exhaust system I want to do after this bike is complete. Well, here's the silencer right here. This is from a DS80, not the one that I have out back. This is from another DS80 that I had earlier in some of my earlier videos with the blue frame. This is the silencer, and I cut off the bracket to it, and this is going to be the out the tailpipe part there. So we're actually going to be fabricating the piping, going from there to this, and then that exhaust is built and done. But if you're like me and you like to exhaust all your options, this expansion chamber right here is from the DS80 that silencer came off of. So my plans for this exhaust right here is we're going to cut, well, we already cut it, but see that part right there? We're going to cut this pipe, and this pipe right here is going to be welded into it, and this is for the what do you call it there, the Kawasaki KE100. So we're going to put a Suzuki DS80 expansion chamber. You can see how it expands, right down to the little tip right there, right down to that. And then we're going to be making a exhaust expansion chamber for the KE100. So we have a lot of cool stuff coming up. So I've been busy with videos, not videos, I've been busy with working. That's why I haven't been doing videos, but I'll show you guys a little bit about what I've been doing. So if you guys remember over there was a Honda Civic, a silver Honda Civic, which is now parked over there. And here is the engine for it. The engine was blown. I pulled the engine out, diagnosed it, had a broken connecting rod, so we ended up pulling the engine out and putting a new one in this car. And the end result is a car that's all back together properly and running. So this car's up and going, and this is going to be my son's first car. So yeah, there's a lot to take in, a lot of stuff going on, and that's what I've been up to and doing. So I do want to show you guys something really cool. These Chinese bikes are junk, okay, and we all know that. They're just you know, poorly built. They're weak, you know. That doesn't mean they're totally garbage, okay? And I want to talk to you guys about that. So for our Kawasaki's and the KEs and the KMs and all that, look at these taillights, guys. These are pretty cool taillights. Pretty nice. You can literally buy these taillights from this company. Change that little light bulb in there to a 6-volt bulb, and you can mount this fixture right onto your KE or KM, wherever you want to put them onto. Pretty cool, and they bolt in right in back of here just like your KEs do. No special wiring required. These ones right here, if you like this style front light, so if you have, I love doing this for you guys. I love showing you guys this information. So if you guys have a KE, a KM, or an MC1 that has all the lights, you need 4 of the back ones. Okay, 4 of the back fixtures. If you have a Yamaha GT80, okay, you need 4 of the front light on it. See the mount? It bolts in the same exact way and will work right on the factory mount. So you got Yamaha mounts in the front, Kawi mounts in the back. Pretty cool. So there's a little food for thought. Not bad, huh? Handlebars will work on anything pretty much. Any Kawasaki KE, KM, you know, all that type of stuff. It's kind of a weird thing. But disc brakes, it's got disc brakes in the front. It's got little hammered right there, but not too bad. I'll be getting the same exact setup like this for the KE. So not bad at all. And you can change out these if you like, these little rubber covers. These are all parts that are available from this company that'll work on your bike. How cool is that? Not bad at all. I mean, for crying out loud, you can even use the front forks, because I believe they're 30 millimeters. I got to measure them, but if they're 30 millimeters, they'll work on your KEs. I got to measure that. Don't quote me on that. I'll measure that for the next time I do the videos on this thing. But I believe they're the same. I believe they'll work. So, yeah, there's all kinds of crazy stuff on this bike that'll work. All kinds of crazy stuff. Everything from exhaust shields, Cabris. These are all just how they are, you know. Air filter assembly up top there. So there's a lot of parts on this bike that are interchangeable and stuff. So I have to pull this engine off, take this cover apart, get this plastic piece out, fix that shifter. Oh boy, I got my work cut out for me. A lot of videos coming up, guys. A lot of videos. So anyway, guys, I'm off for now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I will talk to you guys later. I'm out.